In light of the G20 and, oh my word, the budget speech, am I right? I want to quickly take you through the Provincial Audit Report, just to show you the absolute dire state our provinces are in. Okay, so this is 2022-2023. I couldn't find... Give me a second. Not used to having microphones in front of me, clearly. What was I saying? I couldn't find the 2024 report, so we will do this for the meantime. I'm going to flow through this as quick as I can, because like I say, if I go through everything in detail, with all my rambling, of course, it's over an hour. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, the Auditor General is having an urgent call for performance accountability and transparency. So now, while I read through this report, just keep in mind what our government is proposing for the budget, okay? The message in my two previous general reports called on the administration for courageous, ethical, accountable, and citizen-centric leadership. Despite the commitments made in response to this call, action has been slow and has little impact. I mean, we're surprised, but we're not, right? Okay. The trend of poor audit outcomes. 34 municipalities obtained clean audits. Compliance with legislation. Okay, I mean, this just screams irregularities, and the fact that our own government doesn't comply with legislation. That bothers me. So, biggest obstacle for municipalities, with 86% receiving material compliance findings. Like I said, keep in mind the budget that has been proposed to us. And here it just says that the main weaknesses are inadequate skills and capacity. I'm surprised at the staff turnaround in these organizations, and the fact that the financial ineptitudeness, the inefficiencies in their financial management, they say is because of skills and capacity inefficiencies. Government's failures, and a culture of no accountability and consequences. Let's try not act surprised, but it's just nice to see it in paper, am I right? We direct our audit reports to council. Some of you asked, how does this get, distributed out to our elected leaders? They get sent to councils who are responsible for municipalities' budgets and performance plans. Mayors do the monitoring and oversight role, so checks and balances. Municipal managers, so I think that's the key for us, the general public, supported by senior management, are responsible for the implementation and maintaining effective and efficient systems of internal control, and are ultimately responsible for how their municipalities operate. According to National Treasury's budget review, government budgeted 62 billion in 22-23 for infrastructure spending in local governments. Okay. The failure in local governments are not unexpected. Good, I'm glad. For many years, we have reported on municipalities' poor financial management and worsening financial health, their inability to plan, monitor and report, deteriorating municipal infrastructure, lack of consequences for poor performance and transgressions. So that's great. But you can write it as much as you want. Maybe you need to think about escalating it. I don't know. There must be like an international council that can hold our government accountable. But yeah, I have reported it. That's nice. Escalate it. Make it public. The situation at Renosterberg local municipality remains particularly dire. The municipality, talking about escalating issues, has not prepared a performance report for the past 14 years. It also did not have an approved service delivery and budget implementation plan. The municipality has been dysfunctional for many years with a 100% vacancy rate at senior management level. But our government wants us to pay 0.5% more VAT now and 0.5% more VAT later, ripping everybody else off except themselves. Sorry. So they visit projects that were identified in the metrics part, which is the stuff I don't show you. They visit those and then report back on the actual status of whether or not it has been completed. So I'm going to take you through a couple of these. It is heartbreaking to see some of this. This shows how they're stealing our money, as well as the fact that they're promising to build all these things for the poor communities. And you'll see now what state these projects are left in. So I'm going to take you through a couple of these. Grab a box of tissues. It's disgusting. We reported findings on 54 of the projects visited, 72%. Most of the projects were delayed, cost more than planned, or were of poor quality. There were also delays in newly built infrastructure being put to use. There is an example somewhere I saw, I think it was in the Education Department's report. They built a whole bunch of schools but forgot to hire the teachers. So it's almost like this department's job is to build the schools, but I forget to tell my literally the same department, a sub-department of mine, that we need to put teachers in these schools. And so the schools sit, and then so the schools get vandalized, and then we start all over again. We're literally throwing money into a pit. Infrastructure maintenance. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. You must be nauseous by now. Infrastructure maintenance. Government should maintain and protect a total of 518 billion based on the values disclosed by municipalities in their financial statements. Treasury recommends that you spend at least 8% of that budget on infrastructure maintenance. Okay, so here's the shocker. In total, the 247 municipalities that we audited spent 17 billion on repairing and maintaining infrastructure. That's roughly 3% of the total value of the assets. So we've spent less this year than last year. These numbers. 36% spent less than 1% on their infrastructure maintenance, except for City of Cape Town Metro in the Western Cape. None of the metros spent within the norm of 8%. So that's why our infrastructure looks the way it does.